All right. Hello. Welcome. What's going on? I was going to bring some Palo Santo out here and I can't find it. Which makes me think, because there are three of us, two of us like Palo Santo and one does not. And I can't find it. Anyway, whatever. Here's some incense. Let's see what's going on. Solar plexus. And there could also be something maybe where you have to follow your gut instinct on something. Because I did see the Justice card before this. And so solar plexus, that center that you act from, it's safe for you to be powerful and to take charge of your life in positive ways. It's been a while since I've recorded a reading, and earlier I was thinking about what the energy was that I was tapping into. And there's just been so much moving around. There's a lot going on. I think there's a lot going on for you, if this reading is for you. I think you've been undergoing a lot. And with it, you're discovering new rhythms, changes you have to make. You maybe don't want to, but it's necessary. I'm feeling that type of energy of, okay, almost like you've been preparing yourself, and now it's not so much that there's a challenge or a test, but there's, what is this? So sacral chakra. Sacral and solar plexus. Following creative urge. Following your gut on what it is that you are creating. I was also studying Capricorn in Neptune. Sorry, Neptune and Capricorn. Whoa. My brain is whoa. There's a lot going on here with being a caregiver for someone with Alzheimer's. So it's pretty disorienting, to be honest. So bear with me. But that's part of the energy. Not saying that you're a caretaker, maybe you are. But there's so many new dynamics being thrown into the mix for you. This is the energy I'm picking up on. And so, especially with not only taking action on what you want and following those gut instincts, but also creating. So there could be so many of us out there, or so many different ideas that you have around how to be more creative, or how to allow your creative expression to really amp up. You are highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, processed foods, and energies right now. I do not think it was going to go in that direction, but hey. Respect your sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. With that, you can, if that's more of what the energy is, and you're trying to kind of take back your power and align your own life according to your plan rather than anyone else's. Even if there are people obviously in your life dependent on you in some way, shape, or form, you're also you're taking care of a lot right now. Whoever you are, you're taking care of a lot right now. And it could feel at times like there's so much on your plate. And so spending time in that creative zone, finding ways to allow your environment to have little moments of creativity, or infusing more imagination. That sounds so broad and generic. I was just seeing someone in a kitchen, maybe someone that cooks frequently, is a chef or a nutritionist or a personal chef or something of that sort, or you do food preparation for yourself for the week. You're one of those food preppy guy people, ladies, gentlemen, whoever. there's something about, like, I'm seeing someone preparing food and it has become routine and a little, like, lackluster, a little boring, a little less, like, inspired. And so there's a challenge I'm seeing for this person that's in the kitchen. I'm seeing them recognizing this. So if this is you, or if it's not with cooking, it could apply to some other area of your life, so stick with me. But basically, I'm seeing you in the kitchen, metaphor, saying, I do this every day. Makes sense that I'm kind of over it or a little bit bored of it in some aspect. But I can spice this up, not to make it punny, but like I can change up how I'm approaching this. Maybe there's a different way I can work with these ingredients that switch. Like there's some way that you are recognizing that you can expand out of the rote routine autopilot kind of things that maybe have worked for a long time and maybe served you at some point in time. But I'm also hearing for someone that if it works, it ideally should be of service. And sometimes things can work but not actually be of service. They can be like more detrimental. So I'm seeing someone kind of like almost like really looking at themselves in the mirror, recognizing where they may have lost a little bit of that excitement or sparkle or like creative juice. And if this is you, or if this is someone maybe in your life that you know, I'm seeing you specifically, regardless of if this is for you or for someone else, like finding ways of switching it up, like shaking it up. Like you're actively releasing stagnant energy. Ugh. I don't know. I've like almost met like a lack of words for how many different thoughts and emotions are moving through me right now, in that it feels like there's just been so much to process, deal with, be present to, and it's not always super easy to be consistent there. And I'm seeing you really like taking a good look at that and stepping it up. I'm not saying you were bad at it before. I'm not saying you were great at it before. It's just like wherever you were at with like a certain way that you can contribute creatively and create more of your like ideal life, rhythm, flow, taking back your own power, your autonomy, your sovereignty, even if you have other people who rely on you. So, the root chakra is like the next one down, and so I'm just getting like, make sure you're also grounding your energy. That's a reminder for me too. Because a lot of the times when I'm giving these readings, like we're in a lot of these scenarios together. And hi, if you're new, my name is Vanessa. If you're returning, my name is Vanessa, and welcome back. Water, nature. Nature is incredibly healing, clearing, grounding, inspiring, supportive. So I'm looking right now at like ground and trees and bushes, and I mean I'm outside. If you're watching this video, you've noticed there's a lot of greenery around, and I'm watching birds fly around. So I'm just feeling that nature can be really, really helpful if you have been this person that's really been taking on a lot. was thinking, like, I'm proud of you. That also sounds kind of generic, but, you know, it's not like it's easy. Look, the crown chakra in reverse, which I'm not really taking reversals here. So, crown chakra, opposite of the root chakra. You've been working for a long time on opening up that crown chakra. Am I right? And now you are paying so much more attention to your physical environment, what you can make out of it, how you can work with the environment that you're in, what's around you, what's the resources you have, the relationships, the dynamics, the challenges, the benefits. And so I think for a long time you've really been opening up. And now, because you're doing much more work on the solar plexus and sacral chakra, and since I talked about it, the root chakra, these lower grounded, ideally grounded chakras, it feels and it looks to me like as you've prepared your chakras, these ideas and this creative can do, this creative support, this like spiritual storehouse access point. And it says, pay attention to your ideas as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in answer to your prayers. So I think you are currently calibrating yourself to this new chapter that you're in, this new life that you're in. And you're literally, I mean, these are the only 3 cards that are out, and all of them are chakras. It's like the vision that I see is you literally aligning and expanding, like balancing out your chakras so that you can be that conduit. And if you're like, Vanessa, none of this applies to me, but you're still somehow watching this video, then you need to work on your chakras. That's probably not the case, but like meditation can be really helpful too. Let's get one more card, please, from this deck. And let's just see if it's another chakra or if it switches up. If you get nervous, focus on service. I really think you've been preparing yourself for this new chapter that you're in, not knowing it was going to look like this. The Capricorn, the Neptune and Capricorn stuff that I mentioned minutes ago that I didn't continue to talk about, I'm diving deeper because that is a placement in my chart. And Neptune is visionary, and it's being able to work with the imagination, the imaginative faculties, daydreaming, fantasizing, playing in that elusive, maybe it's an illusion, maybe it can be brought to reality, kind of magical, kind of mystical, kind of moony, maybe even. It just depends. But when you have Capricorn energy matched with Neptunian energy, Capricorn wants to architect that out. It wants to make it tangible. And like build it. The vision. The thing that you can see that isn't tangible yet. So regardless of wherever you've got Capricorn in your chart, or like wherever Neptune is for you, regardless, I do see that you do have a really clear picture in some way, shape, or form, whether it's literally visual or all the like literal dynamics written down or the way that it feels. You've got a really strong sense of that and drive. And it does feel big. And like you've needed this time to learn and prepare so that you can sustainably serve. Focus on service. That's another little validation from like, if it's working, that's great. But if it's only working and not serving you, woo! Okay, on the bottom of the deck, obstacles are and blocks are being obstacles and blocks are lifted. And we are those. Oh no, it's just a lot of blue. Is that Archangel Michael? All your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles, and blocks are lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure your flow of abundance continues. Okay, beautiful. Let's go into tarot and see what else here for those that are tuning in that this reading is for. What is happening, Spirit? Lots of chakra work, lots of meditation. Could also be like working with color therapy more, color analysis. I don't know, maybe someone got their colors done lately. I need to cut my bangs. They're in the way. I can't see clearly, but it's okay. Okay. Queen of Cups in reverse in the past. The person that you're probably taking your life and power back from, or a version of you in the past that was less emotionally balanced, and not listening to intuition. Like I feel like you've been taking steps towards strengthening yourself and your intuition. And look at that. This full moon that could have passed a few weeks ago could be significant. Maybe there were some big endings that happened, or even maybe two full moons ago, whenever you're seeing this video. Also, maybe the second full moon of the year, this past year, could have been really significant. Or no, this is usually like a past to present kind of feel. So maybe just there could have been like a pattern that you've picked up around recent full moons, and it can be different for different people. Take it with a grain of salt. Don't make it fit. If it's for someone else, leave it for that person. Only take what's yours in these readings and in any readings that you're consuming, right? Hermit. Gosh, are you... Yeah, sure, there could be like another person. But like, are you really like just taking your life back in your own hands from yourself? And that could have been just within the past 2 days that you're watching this. 2 weeks, 2 months, most likely the case. Maybe 2 years. And there's still part of you that wants to continue to like, or wants to return into hermit phase in the near future. I feel like you have a large body of work that you're creating, or there's something really big that you are still working on. Put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. You'll now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure your flow of abundance continues. I'm getting someone just really like taking back their health, taking back their voice, maybe taking back their finances, taking back their property, there's something that's being restored to you because you are acting on it. Does that make sense? If this is your story, can you comment in the comment section for me and let me know? Please, you don't have to. But I just feel like you've really been, and I saw this vision of climbing a mountain, whether you've literally been hiking and strength training, as well as like taking back your autonomy or your finances or your voice. But I was seeing, and this could be just metaphorical, so bear with me, but I'm seeing you continuing to climb up higher and higher in the mountain, and then seeing it lead to another peak. And this is a metaphor for your life, regardless of if you're hiking or backpacking more. You've been really taking on a lot. It requires discipline in a whole new way. It requires structure in a whole new way. It requires presence, patience, determination, resourcefulness, tenacity, creativity, better communication. It's like any and all of these things. You're like, yep, Vanessa. I've literally been working on all of these things because it's truly time to like step into your power. Solar plexus chakra, first card out. It is safe for you to be powerful and to take charge of your life in positive ways. I'm getting that someone also recently watched a movie. Is it Paramount? With those stars that appear there at the beginning? And I'm hearing the like dun 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 dun. And I don't know if that's the music with it. But I'm getting that someone's been watching movies and noticing messages. Or this is a message for you at 22:33 on the clock saying, if there's been a movie or two or three in the back of your head to like watch, whether you've never seen the movie before or you have, that there is a message in there for you. And that could be just for one person, the one person that watches this. But I do see this, and that there's like somehow like a character arc that you've been going through, that when you watch this movie you can go like, whoa, no wonder I either resonate with this character so much because now I see my life has parallels, or wow, I've never seen this movie before and it literally is summing up this experience that I'm going through, maybe in a different way, but there's something there for someone. Movies, I love getting messages from movies. I love it. I was thinking about Cloud Atlas the other day, and then it was on TV that night. So I watched it. And there's like so much. That's a pretty out there movie, but if you haven't seen it, maybe that's the movie you're supposed to watch. I don't know. But there's something about you still feeling like you're not actually grounded enough or like solid enough foundation for you to really continue with all this good work you're doing. Not that you're planning on abandoning it. I just think that you still crave some solitude while you're recalibrating into this new version of yourself. Does that make sense? Because your advice is the Emperor in reverse. Which for me is like, hey, you might be thinking that you are not fully prepared or like mature enough or responsible enough or powerful enough even to do this and what you're doing. But because you are service based here, and to remember how serving, it serves you, it serves others, focusing on service, if you're feeling shadow of doubt creep in. But like, it's safe for you to be powerful, especially if this, right? Like, we're redefining power here. Using it to benefit yourself and others. Everyone has personal power. Everyone. It's just, are you exercising it? How are you exercising it? Or are you not? And for you, I feel like in the past, you've come to the conclusion in the past few weeks to months that you really have not been taking charge of your own life in the ways that would be the most fulfilling for you. Joyful, expansive, successful, like authentic, whatever it might be for you. And now you are. And you have been. And you're literally practicing it. And what I'm getting is that you are so much more ready and capable than you're giving yourself credit for at this time. What are you doing over here? The Magician. Look at who showed up right there. And how did this Magician show up? I don't remember this card coming down. Look, just like that. You act on, even though you might think you're not ready. You are. In the Magician card, that's the first card. So we have the 0 card, which is the Fool, and then the next one in the Major Arcana is the Magician. And the Magician has all of the resources available. In the traditional tarot, the Magician is standing in front of a table that has the sword, pentacle, cup, and wand on it. And he's holding a wand too. There's like 2 wands in that. The one he's holding is a I always want to call them tabans, but I think it's a baton. Anyway, I digress. Look, you think that you're not ready. But as soon as you magically show up and wield your wand, you get closer and closer to becoming that emperor, that empress. So you might still want to have some alone time. And the cards are not saying that's a bad idea or that you're not allowed to. So I actually see you probably going ahead and giving yourself a little bit more solitude so that you can create. Wow. And then we have the Chariot, and so that you can move forward. And as you do this, not only do you move forward, but the universe shows up to support you and move things forward fast. This is moving forward quickly. Whatever you released during the last full moon really is allowing you to move forward quickly here. You could have released old fears, old self-image that was not accurate. Gosh, I just see that you've been doing so much reflective work, whoever you are. And it's impressive. And it's impressive. It is impressive. You know, I sounded very Valley Girl there, but 5 of Swords, why? Hopes and fears. That it could be a challenge, but you also might be challenged by others. What's the potential outcome here, please? There's so many cards flipping up at deciding not to. Ah, you win. Okay, the Empress. Look, there's another message coming through. You are not supposed to mental mind power this project. There's logistical stuff, sure. But this is like the masculine polarity of, this is the Emperor, right? And you're showing up as the Empress. regardless of if you're a man or a woman, regardless of how you identify with gender, we all have masculine and feminine energy balancing within us, okay? You showing up as the Empress is telling me from the get-go, you were told to work with your creative energy and to continue to allow it to lead you, which is what I believe you have been doing. Old ways for you were more masculine and more, I need to make this strategic. I need to figure this out. I need to number crunch. I need to project. I need to... And the energy that's coming through, and maybe part of what you released, whether you're aware of this or not in the past few full moons, could have been like a rigidity around how you have to show up. Because it looks like there was a lot more mental pressure that you might still be like working through, honestly. And you're being guided to be that much more like magical and creative. Look up the Magician, because that's a part of your advice. It's to not see yourself as this emperor in reverse, like how much more mountain you still have to climb, but pausing for a moment. Get into more of a like sacred ceremonial flow, literally like bang on a drum if you need to. And recognize if you're still holding yourself to some form of rigidity is the word that continues to want to come up for me. So it could be something else for you along these lines. You can Google Emperor in reverse symbolism. Okay? You're being asked to not behave that way. And to not think of yourself that way. And if there's actually a different individual around you who is behaving that way, you're being asked to become very much more open-minded and creative on how you problem solve. And a lot of it is, the answer is get more creative, flow, move from structure and routine to more flexibility and intuition if you can, right? Even in little small ways. It's again that visual of the person in the kitchen getting like, just like, something has to change here, but I'm kind of stuck in this environment. / like it has worked and served me for so long, but right now it's just like it's working but not serving. How can I think about this differently? How can I infuse a shake up and imagination into the stagnant energy that is still kind of this feels like you're in an environment that you don't have 100% autonomy or control over. There are people involved in this, but they're not the main story here. This reading is all about you and the amount of work you've been doing, which is incredible. And for someone here, it's quite recent. And so you're still just getting used to this new flow, this new rhythm. And you truly are like, you have everything at your fingertips. You're ready to go. I'm surprised I don't see the 8 of Swords here, because that's the visual I'm seeing now for you, is like, and maybe that's going to be the umbrella card that comes out, because I still have one more card to pull. Wouldn't that be crazy if it was the 8 of Swords? It's happened before. Okay, let's see. What is this overall? What's this about? Overall, umbrella card, please. Oh, we got 2. One of them is not the 8 of Swords, I can tell you that. It's logical. Okay. We've got, 3 of Swords and 7 of Pentacles. Waiting for a while. Whatever this, however you figured you were not like leading your life or living it, or really following your creative and your gut instinct, it feels like it is because of dynamics in relationship that you are in. But truthfully, like, you can't blame it on that, and you're not. I'm not getting that for you. It's just that you have recently, and maybe over the past full moons, the past few months, or even just the past few weeks since that last full moon, that you've really, really come into awareness that it's all, oh my God. In some context, it's almost like being sick and tired of being sick and tired. So whatever this is that you've been working through and building, it's been a part of your life for long enough that you can feel like really almost like burnt out on something that should, and for a period of time or at some point in the past did represent like a lot of like good, like it was working and providing service. What's this other last card here? Oh yeah, no, these two are together. And what's interesting in this deck too is that the Seven of Pentacles, it says failure on the top, which is not at all what I think of when I see the Seven of Pentacles. When I see the Seven of Pentacles in a traditional tarot, for me it's like we're ready, it's time, there's an abundance, it's ready to harvest it. There's a lot of seven, so spiritual energy involved too. And so to see failure and sorrow, this is like the energy that's been, and it doesn't, for someone it could be like a relationship that has ended recently and now you are taking back your power. But I think that that's for a smaller portion of people watching. I think it's genuinely more that there's like a circumstance or even an environment that you are tied to that is bittersweet and that you have love for, but it's also been a source of pain and discomfort, and it's kind of been hard to untangle the love and the pain from the same source. And I think that's like part of the work you've been doing. So honestly, like, if it is a breakup, then, well, you're in that much more of ideally a clear new environment to move forward with your life, even though it's painful, and I'm sorry if that's happening for you. I think also that there's a good portion of people here listening that this reading applies to, regardless of when you're watching, it is timeless. That it's more, there's this tucked away sadness that's been present for so long without a solution, that now you're kind of like more conscious of it, you're aware of it, and going, whoa, how much time did I, and I hate to say lose to it, because it also doesn't feel that way, but in a sense, it's like, how long have I been giving my power away in this way? Oh my. So be gentle on yourself if that's part of like what you've been recognizing and why you've been inspired to make these changes that you've been making. Because again, you've been making really amazing, you've been doing incredible work. And it is a lot. It's a lot. So continue to ground yourself, continue to be in nature as much as you can, or to find outlets that are natural. If you need to adopt a new plant and see how well you are at keeping it alive for a period of time, maybe that's a new nice little goal. Or if you have an animal, pet, like that's a beautiful natural energy that can really, like, our pets help ground us. So, hey, you're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing great work. Give yourself the hermit mode. Give yourself the alone time if you can. I see that opportunity coming to you. And act as the magician. Because as soon as you magically show up for yourself in this regard and you believe in yourself, the chariot just starts taking you and you get to become this empress. And that's a huge change from feeling sad and like a failure in whatever capacity. Somehow that energy has been tucked away in this experience that you've been releasing what you can of it and taking back your own energy. It's beautiful. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for being here. Please like the video if it resonated with you. Comment below if it did. Love that. You can always subscribe to the channel. Welcome. And I'm an astrologer, and I have other things going on YouTube that I'm building out. And I am currently living as a caregiver, and it's a lot. So I'm figuring out my rhythm, and I can tell you guys that my plan now is to have videos uploaded on Fridays, Sundays, and Tuesdays every week. So it is Friday as you're seeing this. Happy Venus Day. I hope there's lots of love and beauty flowing in. Maybe that's a good way for us to end this video, is focus on how you can bring in more Venusian energy into your week, honey, or into your day, or into your life. Okay, I'll see you guys in another video.
Okay, bye.